we're here in Hudson Valley, and it's set day of this house, and we're bringing the carriers back down the driveway, and we ran into a couple snags that I wanted to show you because we get a lot of people that talk about tight lot situations, and we got plenty of these videos. But here's another situation, so I wanted to show you what we did here and what happened on this one. So you'll see right here, as you can kind of see, we come around here, and it's making this turn, right? So the driveway is kind of making a turn around, and the house sections were 56 foot. Well, one of them was more like 66 foot, but we had to take these two trees down. Okay, had to take these trees down today when the house was coming out, because as the transport carrier is coming around these curves, it wasn't going to make it. So you know, you do these assessment ahead of time and work these things through and you know, figure this stuff out. But sometimes it looks like it's going to be okay. You know, it's a tight situation, and if you can move the trees, great, ahead of time, but it doesn't always work out to do it ahead of time, or maybe you want to save the trees. So if you're in a situation like this and you got these, you know, a wooded lot, and you're kind of trying to weave through and trying to save as many trees as you can, that's great, and we're all about it. But it's important to know that there might be some other trees that need to come down, and need to come down kind of last minute, because the idea and the hope was to save as many trees as you possibly can. So there's actually a couple others up here that I wanted to show you as well, that we had to take down here today when we were bringing this house out. So this is a shared driveway between 3 different houses, and so this driveway went in, or this, you know, driveway, road, whatever you want to call it here, went in, driveway essentially went in, and looks great. But we actually had to notch this tree out. See this thing? We got Jeremy on video cutting some of this tree here, and so we had to take that out because it was kind of sticking out. It was sticking out into the laneway a little bit, and so we took that out, and then also had to take this one out as well. Well, these two, I guess I should say. Okay, and so part of the reason was because you have this culvert pipe that sits right here. So we got into this, you know, we're coming down the driveway, so this is the road over this way, right? So we're coming down the driveway, and you get to this point, and you got tree here and tree here, basically across the road from each other, and then you also have the culvert pipe here as well. So we got real close, and we got real close to this one, so we were thinking we just needed to take this one down. And as you're kind of coming through, and it's not quite stuck, but it's gonna, if we keep going, it's gonna get stuck for sure. So stop, and then driver tried to maneuver a little bit, but the problem we ran into, which you can kind of see here, is as maneuvering, once he started shifting off of the driveway a little bit, it's just kept going and kept going and kept going and shifting further and further, and so became an issue where it was getting a little bit tight and a little stuck. So this is one of the reasons that we want to make sure on lots like this, on situations like this, you want to make sure that you have your excavator on site, because what we did here is we pulled the carrier as the driver was backing up, pulling it the other direction away from this, away from that ditch, and so that allowed him to get back on the driveway and clear sailing all the way out. And so that's a great reason that we want to have the excavator there on site, because while it might look like we should be good, and we shouldn't need to take any more trees out, or we should be all right, and we, you know, save some of these big trees in here. We kept this as wide open, you know, as tight as we could, but still needed to take some extra trees out. And so this is a situation that you could find yourself running into, and so just something to be aware of. It gets a little can get a little nerve-wracking the day that the house is being set if things like this come up. Just know, you know, as you can see here, this is not our first time around, not our first time dealing with things like this. So you kind of take things in stride and work through it and figure out what the best solution is to the problem that we're experiencing, and we'll figure it out and work through it and get it done. And so the house is going up right now. This is a 5-box home. They've just set the 5th box and putting the roof up in a little bit, and we're not too far after lunchtime, so didn't really hold us up too much, and we're able to work through this situation. But it's always nice to show things where there is a problem that comes up, and what is the solution, and what happens with that problem, and why we plan extra and plan to have excavators on site the day of the house being set, things like that. Because if something comes up, you don't want to be up a creek or in a ditch, because I do love puns. So hope this is helpful to you as you're thinking through your building project and thinking through your lot and your setup. Maybe, you know, comparing different lots, or thinking about a, you know, weaving driveway like this one is. While it can be beautiful and fantastic, there's just things that we'll just need to be aware of and just all be on the same page with, so that when the house comes out and if something happens, we all knew about it and knew that this might be a situation, and we can just handle it in stride, and away we go. Thanks so much for watching. Hope this is helpful to you. If you got any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. As always, like and subscribe so we can continue to help you and more people out with their building projects. Thanks so much.